Well, here we are on another project. This is the St. Mary's Food Bank here. What we're doing is we're netting off the interior warehouse distribution semi-drop-off location. And what they do is they've got a pretty bad problem with the pigeons getting up inside of the trusses and the beams and the purlins and everything. And what's happening is that they're kind of pooping all over everything. So this gives you kind of an overview. And what I'll do is I'll take a look and see what I can do about getting a little closer for you. So what we've been doing here is we spent a couple of days hanging the hardware for everything, all the cross beams and inverter clips and cable and all the other good stuff. And now what we're doing is we're starting to hang the net. As you can see across the front entry here, we've got a cable system that's come down. And what happens is that we're attaching to the front, coming straight down, and then we're going to go back and across. Here you can see the pigeons here that are causing all the problem. A little noisy right over here, and it doesn't even bother the birds with the trailers, the semi-trailers here parked and idling with the compressors going. Here you've got a better idea of what the netting looks like. It's all nice and flat and flush. See where we ran up underneath the pipes here, and you can actually see here where we haven't tied the net off together yet, so there's a bit of a gap right there. But it'll all look good after we're all done. We do have some lights up inside, so the lighting is going to have some net clips in it so that we can go through and allow access into those net areas. You've got this pipe that comes down and it goes across and comes back up into here. And so we're going to be running the cable at an angle there. I think you can see the chalk line there, where we're going to come down at an angle and then we're going to go back up. All these pipes that we're looking at back up into here, we have to cut around all this material here so that we can bring this netting back up to the top up here. Here you can see where we're coming down the face there, and then what we're doing is we're going to be tying that face net into the side net here, or the under canopy netting area. And then what we can do is we can take out some of the bowing of the cable and everything, which is a natural thing. You can see more of the netting. You can see it all looks really nice and straight. What we've done is on each one of these I-beams, we've gone in and we've run a cable. This warehouse is approximately 250 feet long by about 65 feet deep. And so the 50 by 100 net doesn't quite reach it. So we're having to add on some extra pieces, which is why the front there we've got that extra strip. And then towards the back here, you can see we're having to run the netting back over into this area here too. So we'll have a splice piece. You can see how we've got the cables here. Ran the cables along the back. And we've also run one where we've run the small legs along the back wall, and then we've got a cabling system that runs along the front. That works as take off a little bit of the tension off the back cable, and also helps us pull the netting from where the cable is bowed. That's from the tension of the net. The net has a tendency to kind of bow up. And you have to kind of pull the tension out of that. Once the knot's all set and the tension is taken off, these lines should be relatively straight by the time we get done tying in this other piece that's missing back here. But until then, we get a little bit of a bow and it looks a little funky. Once again, this is a working dock, and so there's constant activity going on, which is a detriment to actually doing the work as quickly as we would like. It's one of the reasons we had to come in on Saturday and Sunday and go through, and we had complete access into here so that we could hang all the cabling and the netting and everything else. Otherwise, this job would have taken probably twice as long as it's going to. This job is about 4 men for about 6 or 7 days to do this. So this is something you don't see every day. This is what the net looks like on the top of the net. You can see how we have it where the net comes across the face, and then we'll be bringing it in. But you can see how what we've done is we've created this envelope where all this equipment and all this stuff is all above all the I-beams and everything are all directly above here. Back here you can see one of our main obstacles. This was the a misting system that they've got that hangs down, and because it's just inside where our net is, what we had to do is have it so that we had to cut each one of those slits to drop those chains down. Otherwise we would have had to cut off several feet of netting at the end of each one, or drop this entire thing. The problem is the misting system's about 120 feet long, and it's all one continuous piece, so there's no way to get this puppy down without busting this thing up, short of cutting it up into sections and then moving it and then going from there. So earlier in the video we were working on this area in here, hot sweaty area here. This is how our net ended up coming out here. We're able to get everything tied in, and where we dropped it through the water line that came through there. And as you can see, we've done as we've gone through, and we've put in some netting right here along this side area here, so the pigeons can't get up inside this area here. Goes all the way to the end. Here we are. We're attaching the back net here, and as you can see, what we're doing is we're attaching the back net here, and then what we'll do is we'll end up joining this the bigger piece of the net, which is approximately 45 feet by 50 feet for this section right in here. Between each one of these beams, between each one of the I-beams here is 25 feet. So what we're doing is we're working two sections at a time. One of the issues that we've had here is that we've got a lot of trash and everything. As you can see from this dock area here, this is all a lot of foodstuffs and a lot of things like that. So what's happened is the pigeons just do not want to leave from this area. So we're concerned about birds getting behind our net, doing things like that. So what we've done is we have set up an Avahay system, which is a bird misting system. And what it does, it throws in methylphenolate, or MA, into the air. MA is a grape concentrate that pigeons and other birds tend to not like. So what we're doing is we're hoping that we'll be able to flush a lot of these birds out of here while we're doing our work, so that we don't have a chance of the pigeons getting back in behind our netting. Here you can see the mist is going off. Shoots it into the air. Here we are slicing the net along the wall to the larger net that we've got that goes up underneath here. As you can see, we're getting kind of pretty good here. Well, here you can see we finished this job up here, and we've gotten all the netting up, and it looks all pretty good. You can kind of see how it goes all the way down, follows the lines really well, and comes across. So looks good. You can also see how the birds have just not wanted to leave here. You can see them sitting down there on the tops of the semis. And what they'll do is they'll even ride the semis when they go out. So it's really pretty funny. They just won't leave. They've been here for so long. There's been such a good food source for them. I don't know if you can see this very well or not on the camera here, but we do is we've got some net clips that we've got put into the netting. This allows the people to come in for maintenance or whatever to change these light bulbs out, or whatever they need to do. I think it comes in right about in here someplace.